Good morning. Welcome back to Truth Heat. Thanks for joining me. Hey guys, this is a short video. I'll make it real short, okay? It's, religions are nonsense, okay? We all know that. Well, we should do. They're there to cause moral confusion. They've never been about morality, just like governments never been about looking after you. Government's about control. Hence why we were all under slavery. Religion's about control too. But it's also to divide us and to control us and all that. And it's also to make us moral relativists. Now, people say, oh, bullshit, Christianity and religion's good. You know, you're a good person once you're a Christian and all that. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. If you believe that, you've got a mind of a little kid, okay? You don't have to go to church or be a Christian or whatever to be moral. Human nature is programmable. We all have common sense, and morality comes from within. And to express that morality and do no harm to others, we have to be moral. And we have to show objective morality, not moral relativism. Religions say it's all right to do this on that day and not all right to do this on that day. Just like governments say it's legal to smoke that in that state, but it's not in this state. It's all man-made bullshit. Under natural law, guys, objective morality is the only way, because no one has the right to rule over you or me. Never have. And religion, you know, they don't have the right to tell us who the creative force is and who it isn't, and this is a sin and that's not a sin. Just like all their sins are bullshit. You know what are they? Pride, sloth, gluttony, lust, you know the rest of them. When the real ones are murder, rape, assault, theft, trespass, coercion, deception. Because they all harm people. The 7 sins in the Bible are vices. They only affect the individual. A 5-year-old kid could understand that. Surely. And I've just learned this, and when I think about it, I can relate to this because, you know, like I said in a recent video, I've been lying to myself for most of my life, if I really be honest with myself, and don't lie to myself. And the 4 destroyers of human consciousness are, in this order: ignorance, which means, you know what ignorance means, don't you? Apathy, which means it's like a I don't care kind of mentality. You know, who cares? Cowardice. I think we all know what cowardice is. I think we've all been a coward at least once in our lives, if we don't lie to ourselves again. And laziness. Those 4 things destroy us, destroy our consciousness, and turn us into slaves. In some cases, making us think we're victims, and we cry out to our government and our religion, religare, to bind, to hold back, to save us. When in reality, our true saviour is ourself. But we can only save ourselves if we're honest with ourselves and look in the mirror and ask ourselves the real hard, dark questions we don't really want to ask ourselves. And I've told you what those questions are. Now, I'm the first to admit there's a couple of things I'm doing in my life right now which make me a hypocrite. I'm not going to get into them, they're personal. But until I eradicate those things, I'm a hypocrite to an extent. But I'm really trying hard to elucidate it to everyone. Even if I go out on my sword, even if I fail in my own life, and even if I die a hypocrite, at least I've diatribed out knowledge that is real and is true. I'm living by it as the best I can. I've got some medical issues I'm having to deal with, and I'm on medication for them. I don't really want to be on this medication because it's petrochemical based and it's created by an evil dominator culture, pack of Satanist pharmac arseholes. And the other thing's about employment. I have to work on that instead of getting medical financial assistance from the state to keep me alive. Now, I've just been very honest with you about those personal things. I shouldn't be telling you them, but I've got nothing to hide. And I don't lie to myself anymore. And when I do occasionally, well, this sounds like a contradiction, but when I do occasionally lie to myself, I have to pull myself back in and say, hey, don't lie to yourself. Why fool yourself? If you can't be honest to yourself, how can you be honest to anyone else? If you don't know what a right is, how do you know what morality is? If you don't know the difference between right and wrong, how are you going to teach your children what the difference between right and wrong is? You know, someone told me, see, this guy's so true, what he said about families and about bringing kids into the world. It's a big responsibility, but we turn them over to the state to educate them. And I was in a religious primary and high school, you know, and I had to deal with guilt and sin and all that bullshit until I woke up. But they're teaching our kids rubbish, guys. They're not teaching our kids true moral, objective morality. We have to teach them that ourselves. And if they don't get it by the age of 8, 9, see you later. That's what they did back in the day in the shaman villages and that. They should still do it, actually. Save a lot of money on tax, paying for schools. But yeah, cowardice, laziness, ignorance, and apathy. If I really be honest with myself, I've done all those things. I mean, how can I put it? I've suffered from ignorance. I think I've got that one pretty well cleaned up, but there's still more to learn when I'm awake to what the secrets in the world are, and how our psyche and the natural sciences are combined. I mean, are connected in regard to true morality. I know that all religion's all bullshit. Apathy, I do actually care. I do care. My apathy is really non-existent. Cowardice, we all suffer from fear. And I'm still working on that, but I've lost a lot of it. I've never been a coward, but I've lacked courage in my life sometimes. I think we all have, some more than others. And that's a real horrible thing to suffer from. What's that saying? I think it's a Chinese proverb or something. They say a coward dies 1,000 deaths or something. And laziness, that's the one I have to work on the most. Laziness. But that's combined with apathy. I don't care. I don't want to get out of bed today, you know. We've got to get up our asses, guys, and make it happen. And it's not all about making money. It's about helping people out there. It's about getting your own shit together, clearing this hard drive, getting rid of all this inculcation that's been injected into us and inculcated into us. You notice I use that word a lot. I learned that word quite a few years ago. About 10 years ago I learned that word, inculcation. And I have no problems elucidating it. Elucidate to me, it means to make something clear. Inculcation means something that's driven into your mind through, you know, brainwashing, repetitiveness, mind control. And to inculcate something into someone is to really push it home through into their head, you know. So I think I'll wrap it up there, guys. I think I've said far too much on this one. You know, but anyway, I hope you get something out of it. And, I hope it helps you change your side. Change your life, change your inside uh, core. I hope it helps you look into yourself and really ask yourself the hard questions. And if you can honestly answer them and do some work on them, you're on the road to morality. If you're a moral person, don't let those four things destroy your consciousness. I'll say them again: ignorance, apathy, cowardice, and laziness. And I agree with them. Peace out.